Hi everybody, it's Elaine Mitchell here. I've got a question for you. When you walk into your home environment or your work environment, how does it make you feel? Are there spaces that zap your energy and it feels a bit stagnant? Do you feel calm and serene? Do you feel excited and happy? Or do you just feel a little bit blah? Blah. Oh, I've got to go home. Oh, I've got to go into my bedroom and there's that pile of ironing. There's all the stuff that I couldn't be bothered to put in the loft. There's the pile of just in case things over there in the corner. And it's not your retreat anymore. It's not your boudoir. It's not where you want to relax and sleep, which is probably one of the most important rooms in your home. Or do you go into the kitchen and there's pots all over, there's piles of rubbish that still needs to be put out, and there's just stuff that you're saving around the place. Do you get the picture? Do you walk into your home and do you feel blah? Is your energy zapped? Is there just too much stuff around? Are you a hoarder? Or if you're not a hoarder, is there something there that you've been saving just in case and you feel that you could perhaps deal with it? Well, that's what this video is all about. It's about looking at your environment through fresh eyes, because a lot of the time we will put something down and we'll think we'll deal with that later. And then later comes Ron, and Ron comes and goes and we still leave that there, and then eventually it's hidden in plain sight. We're aware of it, but it just becomes part of the fixtures and fittings and we've not dealt with it. And perhaps we're saving it for Ron's mate, Justin. So it's a case of having a look around your home with fresh eyes and seeing if anything can be moved and put somewhere which is more suitable, or if anything can be discarded, if something can be donated, or if something can be recycled. And basically just looking, like I said, with fresh eyes at things that are around you. Now, I'm not saying that you need to live a minimalistic life unless you want to. I'm not saying at all that you need to get rid of things that you hold dear and that you love, because why would you if you love it and you hold it dear? What I'm saying to you is look around at the energy zappers. Perhaps you've had something bought you and you've kept it on display because it's an ornament that Great Aunt Edna bought you, but it zaps your energy because secretly you didn't particularly like Great Aunt Edna and she said something to you and you don't really like what that whole ornament or that gift stands for. So why do you have something like that in your home? Why do you have it on display as a reminder of something that doesn't make you feel particularly good? So have a look around for things like that. Marie Kondo has got a book called The Magical Art of Tidying Up, and she talks about things that bring joy. And she says if you hold something and it doesn't spark joy, then get rid of it. Now that is basically a book that will take you about a day, half a day, an evening to read, depends how quick you read obviously, and it's very good, it's very informative. There's a theory which is excellent, and there is a formula behind the book, and there's a hashtag called KonMarie, which is her nickname. So lots of people have read this book and lots of people carry out the actions in it. I've read the book, I think it's fabulous, and I carried out some of the actions, but they didn't all suit me personally. So I adapted it to my lifestyle and to how I live. But one of the big things in the book is the spark joy. If you love something, keep it. If you're not so keen on something, have a think about if you want to keep it. If there's something that basically doesn't spark that joy, that maybe brings back bad memories, or it's something from the past that you no longer are attached to, then look at how you can get rid of it. If you can donate it, if you can recycle it, or if you can sell it. Or is it time to pop it in the bin and get rid of it? That action of removing something that no longer serves you, like the words that no longer serve, is a wonderful feeling. Getting action and doing something about something that doesn't spark that joy, that no longer serves, that isn't really needed in your life anymore. So have a look round your home. Look for things that don't spark the joy. Please don't throw your dogs and your cats out. That would not be advisable. And certainly don't throw your kids out, even though you may well feel like it at times. I'm not condoning any of that. It's the physical stuff that no longer serves, that doesn't help, that doesn't bring joy to your area. I've recently cleared the loft out. We've lived in our home for 8 years, and stuff, that wonderful thing, came from our other home and went straight up into the loft. And then 8 years later, a new child later, more stuff got put in the loft. So last weekend, I was feeling a bit of overwhelm. It was like, oh, I knew I'd got the blog to plan. I knew I wanted to talk about physical stuff around. And I thought, hang on, you're being a bit of a hypocrite. There's stuff in that loft that's 8, 10 more years old that doesn't serve, certainly doesn't bring you any joy. And when I thought about it, I felt like I was being weighed down by it because it was up there energetically in the loft above my head when I slept. So I went in the loft. For some bizarre reason, on the hottest day of the year, got everything out of the loft, sorted everything out, threw lots and lots of stuff away, and did a car-boo. What didn't sell, I then donated to the local charities. So I feel brighter, I feel lighter, and I feel that I can rest easier in my bed at night because I've not got 8, 10, 12 years worth of stuff above my head. So even though I couldn't physically see the stuff in the loft because I can't see through ceilings and roofs, what a skill would that be? I feel lighter and brighter. So I guess what I'm saying to you is just have a look around, see what actions you can take to help take away the negative, the blah energy that having too much stuff around creates. If you're a bit of a hoarder, then you may need to work a little bit deeper and you may need the help from some of the websites that are around, such as KonMari and the other ones that help you to sort out your clutter, to sort out your CRAP that needs dealing with. And a lot of the things that you've got may well have an emotional attachment too. It may well have the emotion that is there for people who have passed on, or for events in your life that you loved at the time but then didn't, perhaps not so much now. So it's not always just a case of picking something up and throwing it at the bin or recycling or donating it to charity. Sometimes you do have to have a look, spend a moment and deal with the emotions that come up with the thing that is hanging around that's there. And if you don't want to get rid of it, do you know what? That's absolutely fine. Keep hold of it if those emotions that it stirs are good emotions. I would say if they're not good emotions, why would you want to keep hold of it? Why would you want to keep hold of something that no longer serves, that's giving you sad emotions or distressed emotions or making you feel not where you want to be? So maybe that is something that you need to discuss with someone or deal with on a more personal matter, on a more personal way. But I would certainly say, if it does make you feel unhappy, if it does make you feel sad and it causes those emotions, then it does really need dealing with, whether it's being dealt with at that moment while you're doing a declutter, or whether it's being put to one side and being dealt with when you're feeling a little bit more energetic about things. But a lot of clients who I work with and a lot of my friends and colleagues who have done major decluttering and moved things around and got rid of things, once they're in the motion and in the momentum of getting rid and moving things around, they find it easier to deal with the things that cause the negative emotions. And you can look at things a little bit more a little bit more balanced, and you can see it for what it actually is. So have a think about things, hold on to the things that you're looking at getting rid of, and if they do spark joy, if they do make you feel happy, if you've got a photograph that you absolutely adore, put it out on display. Why on earth have you got your favourite dinner set in the loft, not using it? Every day, you eat every day, so use it, make the most of it. My mother-in-law moved house a while ago, and I was helping unpack things, and there was a beautiful I can't think of the word. What was the word? Embroidered table runner and napkins, and they were stunning. And they were a gift from her favourite aunt for her wedding or engagement. The box was tattered, but the embroidery inside was absolutely pristine. And I asked why that wasn't on display. And she said, oh, that was given to me by my very favourite aunt. I loved her and I loved that. And I questioned why she'd not put it out on display. She loved it and she treasured it because it was beautiful. And she said, oh no, it's for best. When's best? Best should be every single day. You want to turn up, you want to be your best, you want to do your best. Sometimes your best isn't good enough, and sometimes we do have pretty pants days. I know that. However, if you're surrounded by your best, if you're surrounded by the beauty that makes you smile, that raises your energy around your home, then why not? Why save something in a cupboard, in the loft, or in a suitcase somewhere because you're saving it for best? Because who are we to define when the best is and what the best is? It's to us to make the best and to celebrate it. So my tips on making your space more for you and not for Justin or for Ron is to surround yourself with the beautiful things that you have in your life that make you smile, that raise the vibration and the energy of your home and the rooms that you are in. To get rid of the clutter that you don't need, that doesn't serve. To deal with things when they come into your home and don't think we'll save that for Ron and let Ron deal with it later on. And to certainly dump Justin's sorry little ass, because if we're saving things just in case, that may never ever happen. So use the things that you love and hold dear now and surround yourself with those now. So they're my top tips for living in a wonderfully balanced energetic space. There's lots of things out there that will be able to help you with that. And if you need any help on the emotional stuff and the baggage that things create around, then I could well be your man. So give me a call. Take care. Bye.